Well, hello, and welcome to the Franky Vibe Podcast. This is episode number 2. And let me tell you something about podcasting. It's hard to find a guest. This is something that I'm noticing right now. But lucky me, I have a guest today, and he's a musician, he's a friend of mine, and I'm going to present him to you guys. His name is Matteo. Hello, Matteo.
Hello,
How's it
Frankie.
going?
It's going pretty good. I'm happy to be here. So I'm glad that you find a guest that I
Yes.
could help you in that, but I'm very good to be here. Yeah.
Okay. So let's start from the beginning. When you were in Italy, Rome specifically,
Yeah.
how did you decide that you wanted to come to the Netherlands? Or before even deciding that, how was your life in Italy, in Rome? Who were you? What were you doing?
That's a good question. I was younger for sure. But so I moved to the Netherlands in 2022. So yeah, almost 4 years ago. And well, before moving, I just had started my
Hmm.
full-time job. So I'm a web developer. So I work in tech. Mostly I build websites or web applications, like all this stuff. And so I was already working in Rome. Actually, I started during the COVID times, my first full-time job. So perfect timing. And I would say that the COVID thing and kind of what it brought to, I don't know, a bit like the vibe in general, it's also one of the reasons why I chose to move abroad. It basically means that um, I had a pretty good life as well in Rome, like friends and family. I was living with my parents as well. I was still 24, basically, before moving. And But I don't know. I felt that I wanted to change something, like to either trying to live in another city, um, or just try to find a different job, or like just change something. I think especially after COVID brought that kind of vibe where everyone was working from home and like life kind of stopped. I was like, yeah, I need to do something with my life. So I started sending basically my CV around some cities in Europe, and yeah, and at some point they called me back from Amsterdam, from here. And yeah, at first I was a bit unsure because it's like it's another country and everything, but I think I made the right choice. And I'm still doing what I was doing before, like same job kind of. um but yeah, now it's been almost 4 years, like 3 years and a half, and I'm still here, so apparently I'm pretty good. But I mean, my life before moving, a pretty standard life, to be honest. I don't have many
So, for example,
incredible things to describe, but
like what was your profession back in Rome? Do you have like a lot of friends? Were you very connected with your family?
I would say so. I mean, I don't know if I have a lot of friends, but I had good friends. I still am in contact with them, of course, like almost daily, basically.
Do you miss them?
I miss them. I
Yeah,
miss my
it
friends and
happens.
my
Yeah.
family, I have to say. But I also have friends here now, and so it's of course I think there's a different, like some guys that I knew in Rome, like I met them when we were like 6 7 years old, some of them. So it's like we grew up together. I saw them like changing, and so I think it's a different kind of friendship. But even here I have friends now, so but obviously I miss them. And so I would say I had a good relationship with my friends. We used to do the friends thing, going out, or just even hanging out
What
at
was
some place.
sorry? What was like a normal day out, night out with your friends in Rome? That is interesting.
Well, it really depends on the kind of day because I mean, in some, yeah, before we started all working full time and have more responsibilities as adults, unfortunately, um, we used to hang out pretty often, like almost every day. And so sometimes we just used to even go on some of my friends' place just to watch a movie or like, just hanging around a bit, talking about stuff and having a beer together. So not really a big plan, but for us it was fun. And maybe on the weekend, in some occasions, like we would go to some pubs and like more social life. Um, but yeah, so it was pretty. I mean, I liked just hanging out with them, with my friends. I still do when I come back to Italy. We can just go out and stay in the car and talk. So, for example, um, but yeah, so I think I have a good relationship with my friends, and yeah, I
Yeah.
would say so, definitely.
Did you, for example, play football with friends?
Yeah, I mean, when we can, when we manage to organize in Italy,
Yeah.
yes. I think here is way easier. Like to, I mean, I'm playing football, for example, here in Amsterdam, like once a week. But because I'm in some like groups or WhatsApp groups where other people organize matches, and it's just very easy. I just have to basically sign in every week, and I can show up and play. Um, Whereas in Italy, we have our group of friends, and we needed to kind of arrange the match, find the
Mm.
players. That's the hardest part. Whoever plays like football with friends will know.
Yeah, of course. That's the hardest part.
So
But did you do like 5 against 5, 7 against 7, 11 against 11? Because
um,
the more people, the harder it is.
well, yes. Even though, so we used to do mostly 5 against 5, but recently we had started playing even like 7 against 7 or 8 against 8. The fact is that 8 against 8, for example, you might find another complete team. So sometimes it's even easier, even if you are more players, because like there are maybe another group of friends that can join as the opposite team. Whereas if you're like 5 against 5, like as a 10 players, you generally you do it with your closer friends. So it really depends, but I would say, yeah, I like playing both, like 5 or 8. 11, it's tough. I played it a bit, but it's tough.
Yeah,
So
it's difficult not only because you have to get a lot of people, it's also difficult because it is a big field
it is
that you have to have more strength.
definitely.
Yeah, I don't know about running. Some people say that you run less. Some people say that you run more. Because some people say that you run more in 5 against 5.
That's a good
That's a
point.
debate.
That's a good
Yeah.
point. I think you run more 11 against 11, but just because the spaces are bigger, so you have to cover more field. Even though you're probably are more stable in your position, but every step you make, it's like it feels longer for some reason because the pitch is bigger, the spaces
Mm.
are larger. So that's a good point. I don't know, to be honest, but I'd rather play 5 against 5 now. I'm getting too old also to run like in those spaces, and also it's harder in. I think you need to be a better player to play. Of course, that's real football. Like to play 11 against 11.
But you're 29. Come on, you're not
I'm
old.
29. Yeah, I know. And now I have
Yeah.
the late 20 crisis. So it's
You're still in your 20s, so you're young. Once you hit your 30s,
then it will be.
that's the age when you start thinking, I'm maybe getting a little bit old. Because football players retire at like 34.
Yeah.
Except if you're, I don't know, Messi, then you can go to like Cristiano Ronaldo. You can go to like a league
Yeah,
somewhere.
yeah. I can't, unfortunately. I don't know if they will
Yeah.
call me from Miami or something, but I don't think so. I have my doubts about it. But yeah, no, I mean, I feel pretty young, like mentally, physically depends. Sometimes I have back pain already, but I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, it's might sound like a stereotype, but it's true. Like it's you feel as old as you are as old as you feel, literally.
Mm.
So yeah, but it's kind of scary a bit for me, like being 29 and like the just the decade of the 20s are like is almost over for me. It's like when I realize I'm like, damn. But they've been pretty good 20s, I have to say. Now that I'm thinking about it, right now, it's been a good ride. So it's fine. I mean, I don't give too much importance to that. I try not to give too much importance to that. So
Yeah, but like I think we have to live through every uh how do you say this, like like chapter,
stage,
a
chapter,
stage,
yeah,
yeah, of life, that basically like in your 20s you have to learn something, in your 30s you have to learn something,
by far, yeah.
and like every chapter of your life is important. It's not like I get to a life, you get to a chapter like, oh no, I'm old, like fuck everything, my life is gonna
Yeah,
be miserable. No, like, there's still a lot of things to do, there's a lot of things to learn and have
true.
fun.
True. And I think I realized that also when I started hanging out with people that were a bit older than me, especially here in Amsterdam. I mean, I have friends basically from all ages. Generally, when I arrived, I was in kind of almost every group of friends. I was one of the youngest ones.
At what
Now,
age do you arrive?
25.
All right, very young.
Pretty young, yeah. And so I met people that were younger than me as well, but like normally I was hanging out with people that were either my age or a bit older. And yeah, there I really realized, hey, these guys are like 30, late 30s, and they're like doing the same things I do. Like they're having fun. They don't feel like, when you're 20, you feel like after 35 you're already kind of an uncle, like you don't do the funny things anymore. But instead, that's not true at all. And now I'm
You can be the
getting
funny
there.
uncle.
You can be the drunk fun uncle, yeah. So yeah, I mean, I realized a bit more when I was here, this thing that it's, I mean, if you know what you want to do and you're okay with your life, it's just a number, literally. So
All right, so you were in Italy, you were playing football with your friends, eating pizza, like good life. It's basically what we do in Argentina also.
yeah, I mean, good life depends. Yeah, good life for sure, but I mean, there again, my choice to come here was mostly because of work, like because I wanted to, kind of try to climb the ladder. I didn't do it
Was
eventually,
it
but
was it also related to like you, for example, thinking like, all right, salaries here in the Netherlands are better, the
yeah,
economy is better, so this will help me.
exactly.
All
Like
right, yeah.
part of the reason is surely that. Um, then I realized that it's all proportion. So actually, like you spend way more here as well. So it's, you're earning more, but you're also spending more.
Yeah,
So
it's a very expensive city,
it's a very
especially the
expensive
rent.
city.
That's true.
Yeah.
But a lot of people, they told me like in Italy, food is the same price as, or it was Spain. I don't know if it's almost the same price that in the Netherlands. Is it like that in Italy also?
To be honest, I'm not 100% sure about all stuff, but now with inflation and everything, prices in Italy went up a lot as well.
That's fucked
So
up. Inflation
yeah,
lately in
it's
Europe.
very bad, especially in some cities. I think
Yeah.
Milan now it's like
I mean, if you compare it with, like, for example, countries like Argentina, we will laugh about the inflation here because it's not that big in comparison to
yeah,
other countries, but it's still like it's something that is there,
yeah, it
and
is.
Europeans are not used to it. Like it's
No,
like we'll never have this kind of inflation, and now it's coming, and it can get worse with time. So it's good to address it.
no, yeah, no, definitely. Like, I mean, I don't know if the prices are exactly like this. I don't think so for a lot of things, but they're definitely higher. The problem with Italy is that the salaries didn't go higher. Actually, there's like, I think I read something about it like some time ago. I don't know if it's correct, but like it's one of the, I think with Greece, only along with Greece, it's one of the countries in Europe where the either the cost of life or the salaries, like sorry, no, the salaries went down in the last like 20 years or like something like that. Like it's crazy considering that the cost of life went up. So, I mean, coming back to what we were saying, like, yeah, definitely part of that was because I wanted to try also to improve, not just money wise, but just to improve as a developer of what I
Hmm.
was doing and, working with other people for sure.
Why this trying to become better at what you're doing? Why was it not possible in Italy?
Mm, well, it's definitely possible in Italy as well, but I think here you have more. It's a more international city. It's everything is handled in English. I mean, almost everything, but like you get in contact with like more people from different countries. So whatever you do, you feel a bit more international vibe. I mean, in Rome is not very international. I mean, it is for some things, but it's I mean, if you go out here in Amsterdam, like in the center, especially in some areas, like more touristical ones, there's a high chance that if you meet someone, they will start talking to you in English, like because they're not from here. Whereas in Rome, it's like there are a lot of tourists, but I don't think there are a lot of expats living there. I mean, there are, but I don't think as much as here. This is just an hypothesis. I don't know, but compared to the size of the cities, like proportionally to the size, I think it's very. You need to know Italian, for example. If you don't know Italian, you cannot work, you cannot do anything in Rome.
Yeah,
So
that's basically why I didn't went to Italy, because I have an Italian passport.
yeah,
I'm a brother, but it was like, okay, like sure I can go to Italy with the passport, but I don't speak Italian, and like 50% of people in Italy don't speak English. Basically,
50. I think you're being generous. Maybe
it's even more.
even more.
Wow.
I don't know, but if they speak it very like not like we're doing now. Like it's very hey, let go left straight like this. The Italian.
Broken
Yeah,
English.
the broken English.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, this I think it's something that Italy is missing a lot. Like just a bit this
Like getting
European.
modernized, maybe a
Yeah,
little
yeah,
bit.
it's not that modern. Like
Hmm.
work wise, economically, it's. I mean, it's Italy. What can we what can we say?
All right, so you were in Italy. You decided, okay, I want to go to the Netherlands
Yeah,
because the economy is better. I want to improve in what I do.
yeah,
I live the experience.
exactly.
But you have to tell this to your friends, to your family. How did they took it?
Um, I mean, my family took it fairly well. Like they were kind of supportive. I mean, they were like, yeah, if you feel like that's something you wanna do it because apparently you have a reason to do it. So yeah. I mean, they were not scared at the beginning, but they were a bit concerned because it was 2022. There was like the situation was like a bit uncertain. There was like the war that started at some point in 2022. So it was, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's
The Ukrainian war, right?
the Russia
Russian
and
Ukrainian.
Ukrainian thing. Yeah. Um. So this was there was a bit of concern, but at the end of the day, I was like, yeah, but I cannot like just give up on something just because there's yeah, you might, but I don't know. I felt like let's try, let's see how it goes, and it went pretty well because I'm still here. So my friends they took it well. I mean, to be honest, my friends as well, at least some of them, like my Italian friends from Rome, they also worked in Dublin. Most of them, like a couple of
Amazing
years.
city, by the way. Dublin. I went there for 3 days just
Me
to
too,
have
to
fun. I
visit
went
them.
to
Yeah,
to the bars to listen to some music. Amazing. I love
amazing
it. I
city.
love the Irish people.
They're
They're
very passionate.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
like the Latin people of
Yes, true.
the
It's
of
true.
the
It's true.
north.
It's true. No, as well. I just visited the city for like a weekend. I think when they were there, and it's a really nice one. I mean, I didn't have the chance to go around that much, of course, because we stayed mostly together, like hanging out and everything. Um, but it's a very nice city, and so because of that, they were also a bit used to the thought that someone might leave at some point to work elsewhere. I also lived abroad before moving here a bit, like in Edinburgh, in Scotland, for 6 months. But it was my Erasmus, so it was not really, working. I was just there studying.
Let's explain really quick for people that don't know where Erasmus is. Is the is college basically like a exchange, something like that.
It's well, it's a good question to explain it formally. It's I think it's a European exchange program where you are allowed to you basically get a trainership. I think it's called in English. Like you get some money monthly, not a lot, but to survive, and you can go
Hmm.
to a different country to have some exams. Of course, they need to be exams like that you have in your university as well, like in your um like Italian university in my case. So it's like you can like make some exams and study some things that they have in that university. And it was a really good experience. Like I think part of the reason why I tried to move out and to have this experience is because of that. Like I had this memory of like being in this kind of student bubble and like,
Hmm.
getting out of my comfort zone a bit when I was like 21 when I did it, so I was really young. And I had this memory of like really feeling the freedom of like living abroad for the first time. And so I thought, yeah, let's try. And yeah, it was a good try.
All right. So you arrive here to the Netherlands. What would you say was the biggest challenge that you have to face once you arrive here? 25 years old, right?
Hmm. Well, I had some challenges for sure. Like, I guess like everyone. I think especially if you come from a, not necessarily, but I think if you come from a Mediterranean country, it's like there are some things that might like find you a bit unprepared. Could be from the simple weather to like the social aspect, and just the obvious things like I'm missing my friends, I'm missing my family, everything. So I think yeah, the fact of especially after a while, I think now I'm kind of realizing that I don't consider the Netherlands home, but now I'm at the place where I don't consider Italy home either. Or I do, but it's not where my daily life is now. So it's like something in between. And it's a weird feeling. I think, I mean, beside the obvious daily challenges, like, the Belastinger, like all the taxes, all these
Hmm.
things, and figuring out how things work, especially at the beginning, I think this is the biggest challenge or like thought that you have as an expat. I guess I don't know about other people, but hearing other opinions, I think that a lot of people are like going through this. Um, but overall, it's still a good experience. I met a lot of people. I have friends. Some friends left. Some friends I have one friend from Rome. Actually, one of my best friends that lived here for 1 year. He arrived after me and he left before me. So he left like 1 year ago. So we spent like 1 year together here. So, but I've seen like people leave. I've seen people come, and then I've met a lot of people. I've done a lot of things. I think it's a very dynamic city. Amsterdam, it's like if you like doing things and like having hobbies of whatever kind, it's the right city for
Hmm.
people. I think that's my opinion.
Yeah. So they say that home is where the heart is.
True.
That is a phrase that I like. Is that heart of yours right now thinking about somebody? Is there somebody that we can call home? You said that not a country right now, no Italy, not the Netherlands, but is there a person that you can call home, like a girl that you like, or maybe just your family? Maybe you're just a person of the world. Some people think that feel like their planet is their home.
Hmm. That's a good question. I mean, girls, I would say no. I'm not dating at the moment, so I'm single. So I wouldn't say there's like a girl that like that I'm thinking about now. Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, I don't think there's like a
Because like
person
we all have to have a
specifically.
home,
Yeah.
So which place will you call home? It doesn't have to be like a country, but it can be like a person, or maybe just like your hobby. My home is my studio, my music, something like that.
Hmm. Okay, that's a good point. So, hmm. So for me, like the concept of home, like you said, it's like more. It's rather about the feelings and like the concept of feeling home, like accepted, and like you're with people that you trust. And from that perspective, I think that I consider home still Italy more. Like just what I feel that when I feel down or when I have troubles here of whatever kind, I feel more of like coming back. Like that's my nest, like you're born there, like all your roots are there. And where's the trouble, you go back from to mom's place. Like it's a joke, but
Hmm.
like, you
Yeah.
know, um whereas here I feel it more my daily home. I don't know how to explain this concept, but it's like if I like my daily life is better here, I think. Like my routine, what I'm doing at the moment, even just like we said, like playing the drums, like being a musician kind of, but like, just keeping up with like playing music. I wasn't doing it that much in Italy because like, uh I had the electric drums, but the drums is really hard to manage as an instrument. Like you have to either bring it around or you have to have it. And also I was kind of like having like a bit putting it on the side in general. Whereas here I met other guys that wanted to play together. So I was like, okay, let's go back to to that. Let's see if I remember how it's done. So I think that it's a bit of a not a definite answer. I know I'm just circling around, but
No, it's okay. Yeah,
I
I
think
like where you're going.
I think that my daily home is here. Like mm, if I have to choose a place where to do my daily stuff, where to have a routine, would be here. But if I had to choose a place where like I go to kind of escape or to go where things are not going well because I need my nest, it's of course it's Rome and like my family's house, I would say for sure. That there's also my
Mm.
brother living there, so like it's still the place where I spent most of my life, basically since I was 7 years old. So last 22 years. Beside this, like kind of parentheses elsewhere, but yeah, it's I know you wanted maybe a different answer, but that's
No, no, it's
that's
okay.
what I can say because I don't have an answer for myself, basically.
No,
So
I think that the best answer is the real answer, the answer that comes from your soul, your heart.
and that's definitely a real answer because
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
the
know
best
either.
answer.
So
Yeah. When it comes to the dating aspect, have you tried dating? Have you been with a Dutch girl, or that's not something that had that you focus when you came here and you started exploring this country?
Um, I mean, it's not something that is like I focus like 100% of the time. I dated I dated a Dutch girl as well for like not a long time, to be honest. It was like was more like, we met on like dating apps where I was still using them like a couple of years ago.
What dating app were you using?
It was Bumble, I think. It
Bumble.
was
Okay, yeah, I
Bumble.
know.
Yeah. Um
By the way, I want to say that I became a kind of an expert in all these dating things because I downloaded like 4 different.
how much time are you
Uh,
spend? Like I feel, especially now. So I've been also,
hmm,
regardless of like all this dating. I was with like my ex girlfriend for like 1.5 year in here in Amsterdam. So it was, I think, from the dating aspect, that was like the biggest part of like this. My experience here. And so after it, I didn't download them again, or I did it for like one day and then I was like, I feel like I'm wasting time. I don't know. So I'm kind of in the stage where it's fine. I mean, if I'm up, of course, to meet new people and everything if it happens, but I'm not really pushing too much for that. Like I like,
hmm.
of course, hanging out with friends, and if you meet someone, it's nice to talk and everything, but I'm not really like being that pushy because I need to. I don't feel I need to be honest. So it's but I don't know. I know a lot of people that use dating apps. I did as well for some time, but I don't know. Now I feel sometimes that it's like a waste of time for the most part. So
Yeah, I agree with
I don't
that.
know.
I mean, like, we all have the necessity of find somebody, whether it's a guy or a
Yeah.
girl or whatever somebody's into it.
Yeah.
But the thing is, what you say, it takes a lot of time.
An
So like,
effort. Yeah.
yeah, so like you have to like, okay, I have to do on my profile. Okay, I have to put like a good bio because they're
Yeah.
gonna read it. What about my shop? I have a shitty shop. Oh, I cannot put this. Okay, maybe I should lie a little bit. Oh no, I shouldn't lie.
I
So
don't think you should lie
no,
anyway. That's
yeah, yeah. But like you go through all of these emotions, you start feeling a little bit insecure. Should they like this photo?
yeah.
So you think a lot about it and you waste a lot of time about it. And then it comes to parts of the dates. Once you get a date and you're like, oh wow, this girl looks good. Let's go on a date. And then maybe I went like my personal example. I went to like um 10 dates
Hmm.
and I didn't find one single girl that it was like let's say like something special, like a girlfriend. Just like one girl, for example, that it was like I dated a little bit more, like 2 months, but then all the other was like right away, like no, either by me or either by them.
Yeah.
But and I started counting like all the time that it took me to like go on a day, be on a date there. Maybe I spent like
All the
2 hours.
money.
I spent once 3 hours, 3 fucking hours talking to a girl, all to receive a like, oh, I didn't feel the romantic connection. And it was like, why didn't you tell me in the first hour?
Okay, so you would you like to know right away.
Yeah. So like, I don't waste your time, you don't waste mine. But it is complicated. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it is complicated. At the same time, I think it's can be pretty simple. Like, I mean, of course, it depends on what you like, what you're looking for at the moment. But like you said, I think if there's like a vibe or like whatever you want to call it, connection, vibe, whatever, you feel it a bit like right away, no? And then, of course, even if you don't feel it that much, I think you need to give it a bit of time, like to a guy or a girl to see where it goes and if you have like things in common and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, I don't think I can give good advices on that. So, but yeah, I mean, it's like you said, it's good to have someone that understands you and like where you can spend time together with, regardless of like the physical aspect. That of course it's important, but yeah, I think there needs to be a sort of like common ground, of course, like on some things. So yeah, I mean, yeah, I dated some people during these years, but yeah, I had really just one important relationship. The other was mostly, they didn't work out or they were less
How much
serious.
did it last, the relationship that was important?
1.5 years.
Oh, that's quite a lot of time.
For me,
Nice.
it was. I mean, maybe for some people it was. It's not, but
I think it is.
for me, it was my longest relationship, and it was like pretty important. So it was, it was a long time, I would say. Yeah.
Can we, if you don't want, you don't have to say it, but can we say why it didn't work at the end? What happened?
Well, I don't want to go too deep into that. It's just at some point we decided that maybe it was time to take a break or like just stop it um and yeah. I mean, it was I have some responsibilities, of course, like definitely. Of course, it's like I think when something like that happens, like it's on both sides, but I mean, yeah, it's just for things that we discussed and things that were going on, we decided that maybe it was better to stop and then see how life would go. But yeah, it's it went like this, so it's fine. But yeah, it's I don't want to go too deep into that also because yeah, I don't want to talk like about it
No,
like
it's okay.
without there like just giving my version and not. But
No, we don't have to go very deep in
Yeah.
it. It's okay. We can change subject and talk about, for example, I want to ask you, what would you say if you have to say 3 things about the Netherlands? The
Mhm.
good, the bad, and the ugly.
ugly.
What are they?
The good, the bad, and the ugly. There are probably more things for each aspect. I would try to pick one.
But like, if you have to say like one that is like the most bad one that it can comes right away into your mind, it can be anything. It can be related to football, food, weather, whatever you want. And then something that is bad, also something that is good, and something that is ugly that comes right away.
So okay, since we are in the winter, I'm gonna start with something very obvious that it's bad, which is the weather. For me,
Yeah.
it's like physically and mentally draining. I mean, it's very obvious for like people that come from like warmer countries. Like, I found it that people tell me you've been here like 3 years, you get used to it. Well, kind of. I felt that my second year was worse than the first one,
Yeah.
and my third year was worse than the second one.
You never get used to it. They
No,
say
you never
in
get
the
used to
Dutch.
it. And actually, this year I felt it started a bit better for some reason. We're already like half of December, so it's like, but January that scares me, to be honest. Like it's I mean, for me, and I know that a lot of people would agree, like it's not only the cold, it's like the darkness, you when you go to work with the dark, you come back with the dark. It's like just you get I think you get stuck in your routine more because you feel that you're at home, especially if you work from home like me. Sometimes like you feel that you're really in this kind of loop, depressing
Yeah,
loop of
some
like
people say that they have a stational depression
yeah,
because of the weather.
that's fair. I mean, it's yeah, I mean, I think in that you really have to find something to do and to keep you distracted.
Yeah, like good friends, good activities, things that are positive.
Yeah,
That's why I say good friends, because you can have
good friends
bad friends.
really help.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and if you had bad friends and bad family members, they can make things worse.
definitely.
So it's not only having friends; it's having good ones.
It's
Definitely good.
definitely having good. I mean, having
Yeah.
friends doesn't mean much. I mean, it means something, but like, yeah, of course, good friends. Um, but yeah, so yeah, the most obvious thing I would say the weather for me. I know
Yeah, I agree. It can be the bad one.
it can be a bad one because I mean the food, yeah, the quality maybe it's not as good as like Italy, of course, but you can cook your own
But you can cook
things,
your own things. You can
right?
have good ingredients. And also you can go to a restaurant, even though it's expensive.
Yeah,
But
it is expensive, but even going to Albertine is expensive. So
yeah,
um yeah, so the food is like it's probably not as good as like other countries, but I mean if you're a decent cooker you can kind of cook your own things.
yeah. Are you a good or decent cooker?
I'm a decent cooker. Good depends on your standards, but I mean my speciality of course is pasta. I'm a pasta guy, so
You follow well the stereotype of the Italian who cooks well.
I'm very stereotyped for some things. So yeah, football, pasta, you know. um so yeah, I think my dish, the dish that I can cook best is it's pasta for sure, in like some variants. I tried to cook some like oven pasta recently, like actually 3-4 days ago, because we had like a Christmas dinner with some friends, so everyone had to bring something. And I had the brilliant idea of like stressing myself with cooking this thing for the first time, and like with my super small kitchen, and like, you know, the kitchens in Amsterdam. No, it's, I don't know how yours is,
Yeah.
but mine is like super small and super
Mine is decent
uncomfortable.
because it's connected to the living, so it looks bigger.
Okay, got it.
But yeah, I know like space is a huge problem in the Netherlands. Everything's small.
Everything's small
You know,
and,
say
and
in
like
Texas,
high, like it's
everything is
one
big.
top after another. Like
In Texas, everything's big, but
Yeah.
here is the other way around. Everything's
Yeah, yeah.
small.
everything is narrow and like vertical. Like
Mm.
my flat is like, it's not even about the floors. It's just that even the stairs, they feel super rapid, like you're going up to a mountain or something. I don't
Yeah.
know.
That's true.
Like it's there's actually a reason I think why they build this like buildings vertically. I don't know, but there is a reason.
Yeah. So the reason, if I'm not wrong, because I'm not an expert in history,
So you know,
but
great.
I do kind of know, is because they did the trade of a species.
Mm,
They have a species that they were super expensive. It was like the gold of the era.
yeah. Okay.
This was like in the golden Dutch era, where they have like the Eastern Company, West Company, something like that. That they like traded,
Okay.
and they were like an empire. And when they came with the ships through the canal, then they start downloading all the cargo.
Okay.
Then they will put it on ropes and they will put it up.
That's why.
That's why, yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
they will put it up in the top because it's more secure there.
Mm.
No, people cannot take it. And also, I think that they have to dry it there, so the sun could hit there. It was like,
So it makes sense. It was
Yeah.
a logical reason. Okay.
yeah. By the way, I'm not an expert in history. I can be wrong about this. It's
I
just like
can definitely be wrong.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't say anything.
the
So
tours that I did, that they explained this to me when the boats, when you go on a boat
Yeah.
tour, that they are very fun. You pay like 20 euros, I
yeah,
think.
not that
and-
much. I've been to a couple of
Yeah.
them, like even like boats, not trips, but like, you know, yeah, the boats that go around the canals and everything. They're it's a really Amsterdam thing. I like it, like the canals. And I had a friend visiting like a couple of weeks ago from Italy, one of my best friends, and it was his second time in Amsterdam. We went together actually like in almost 10 years ago now, like just to do the tourist stuff. And he went back for the second time. Now I'm living here, so I could kind of bring him around with me, and he was in love with the canals. Like he always asked me, like, let's go back to the canals.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
They're really beautiful. Now I felt when I was with him that I kind of got used to it, so I don't even notice them. Like I was just okay, let's just go around. But they're really beautiful. I think they're one of the best things in Amsterdam. So maybe the good, well, could be the canals. I mean, it's a very
Maybe how the country looks, that it looks like super clean, the architecture is nice, the
yeah,
canals.
it's safe.
It looks
which
aesthetic.
is yeah, it is aesthetic. Like and me, I mean, I come from Rome, which is it's considered a very beautiful city, and it is. Like it's a open air museum basically. It's completely different from Amsterdam. But another good things about Amsterdam is that it's small enough to move around easily, but it's big enough to be like a city. So you can do a lot of things in a very small space. And that's something that we don't really have in Rome, like at all. It's like 3 cities in one. So that's a very good things about Amsterdam. Actually, one of the things I like the most, beside the obvious, social life and like whatever you want to call it, but that it's just a very human side city. It's like not super spread out. It's not, you don't need to drive 1 hour to go from point A to point B every time. Like it's very, you get your bike, you bike 5 minutes, 10 minutes, you're on the center. It's fine. So
yeah, I agree. It's well connected.
Well connected.
Not only the country in itself is well connected, like also with other European countries, because we are like in the middle of Europe.
Yeah.
So that's a good point. Yeah.
With the train and everything, like you can even go like to other cities, and it takes you not that much, to be honest. Like it's, but yeah, one definitely the good for Amsterdam. There are a lot of things. Last but not least, the fact that you can speak in English.
Yeah, very important.
Very important, because I know I would be a bad thing to say, but I still don't know Dutch almost at all. I know some words, but I didn't really need it for my job, so I never.
Could you throw like some words in Dutch so people can like get a taste of how it sounds?
From me, it's not bad. It's like a bad taste
with our Italian accent. It's gonna be like Italian Dutch.
Italian Dutch, like I mean, literally the basic. Thank you, well, alsjeblieft. Gezellig, which for some reason is a very used. Like a lot of people that don't know Dutch know this word, me included.
Yeah, gezellig is like something that is like comfortable.
It's as far as I know, it's like something cozy, like where you're in that vibe, cozy vibe, and you like what you're doing.
You can say, for example, your house is gezellig.
Yeah.
And that would be like your house is comfortable.
It's comfortable. It's like nice to be. Yeah. Well, now I'm blanking. It's
for example, words. When they like something, they say het is heerlijk.
Yeah.
Heerlijk is like delicious.
True.
Or lekker, the most.
Lekker, of course. Yeah, that's what I forgot as well. I think everyone knows that. No, I mean, I know these kind of random words that I heard, like super, like this, that I hear a lot during the day. So that's why I remember them. Yeah, it could be in Matteo, like all this basic, less than basic. This is basically like monkey communication. Like that's everything I know.
My name is Matteo, for example.
Exactly. Like these things.
That's my name, obviously. It sounds very similar to English. But then you have some words that they don't feel anything like English.
No. And these are the words where I have more troubles kind of remembering, of course.
Yeah. Maybe they sound more like Scandinavian or German.
Or German as well. Yeah, I think it's a bit of a mixture between German and English. Like, there are some words that are like close to English. There are others that are like close to German. I don't know German either, so it's not very useful anyway.
I heard them speak, and it was like, okay, if Dutch I can listen and understand a little bit, this is like listening and not understanding
even
nothing.
less.
Yeah.
Oh damn. okay, I can imagine. Then not for me. It's
Yeah, but they have, for example, in Dutch some words that don't sound anything like English. Like for example, the other day I learned that true is barheid, if I'm
Mm,
not wrong,
I
and that
cannot help you
doesn't.
with that.
Yeah, and that doesn't sound anything like
Yeah,
English.
that's the
Other
problem.
words, easy, maklik. It's like that doesn't sound like English.
True. Yeah, this actually now I remember that,
Difficult,
but it's
moeilijk.
that's the thing. I don't remember them because I don't have like the the resemblance with other languages. Whereas, yeah,
So you speak like English and Italian.
I
That's all.
speak English and Italian. That's
Same as me.
I know a bit of
No, I mean
Spanish.
Spanish and Italian and English in my case.
Yeah, yeah, I know a bit of Spanish as well, but like very very basic.
Hmm.
I studied a bit in middle school, so I know that some words. I think better than Dutch. I can understand what's going on sometimes, like in Spanish conversations. But when I have to talk, I get a bit stuck. It's not a language that I know that well yet. So yeah, but I would say mostly Italian and English. Yeah.
All right, we're missing something.
Mm.
We're missing the ugly part.
We're missing the ugly part.
Yeah. What would you say is the ugly? I can think of one as an Italian,
Give me your opinion.
and I was going to say traditional Dutch food. It can be the ugly one in comparison to Italian food.
Of course, yeah. I mean, as I was saying, like I think,
Like a stampot and
yeah,
what was the harling?
hardly the
It's not appealing.
it's not appealing. It doesn't look appealing. I know. I mean, as I said, I think you can still cook your own food. So, but definitely, I think that, yeah, okay, you put it on the right way, actually. The traditional Dutch food, it's pretty ugly. If some Dutch people listen to me, they have to forgive me, but it looks kind of ugly, at least most of the parts. It's like very simple in a way that I mean, bread and cheese is not even a dish, to be honest. Like it's, of course they have some traditional dishes as well, but I think that a good in the ugly in this case is that they have a lot of different cuisines. So you can kind of go very easily to like an Indonesian place or like a Vietnamese place here. Just go close to your place and you will find 10 different restaurants of 10 different cuisines. So if you see it like this, it's also good that they kind of incorporated these different cuisines in theirs. But
Yeah, I agree with that. It's nice to be able to choose different options. Like, okay, today I'm gonna eat sushi. Today I want a
go
barbecue.
to exactly.
Because otherwise, if it was like eating a stampot and herring
Every day, no.
and brooches,
I would be dead already. So no.
yeah,
Bitterbollen as well.
yeah. Now fried food, like I would be
a lot of
very
fried
unhealthy.
stuff, man. Yeah. A lot of fried, and I like unhealthy food. Unfortunately, I like
Everybody
fast
likes it.
food. I kind of overdo it some
But we
weeks.
know that is not good.
I know that it's not good. I do a lot of things that I know they're not good, but still like, yeah, no, but you put it right. Actually, the traditional could be a bit ugly, to be honest.
Yeah,
but
the other day, for example, I wanted to say this example. I went to a fast food that it was like Dutch fast food.
Febo.
No,
No.
it wasn't Febo. It was just like some dude that had like
Okay, like
own
yeah.
place, and you have like chips, hamburgers, or whatever. And I say like, okay, 2 hot dogs, and the guy grabbed the sausage, the hot dog, and I thought he was going to put it in hot water.
Uh-huh.
This is the normal hot
Yeah.
dog. He put it in fried.
Yeah, in
was
like
like,
the frying oil. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Whatever.
They're in love with like fried food and
Yeah.
like this, which is, I mean, it's, again, I like it. So but the thought of like eating like this every day or like constantly, it's like, no, man, get some pasta.
Yeah, some quality food.
So yeah, probably ugly, like you said. This is a good example, but at the same time, I feel there is a bit of good in that because you can choose whatever you like the most, and just try different cuisines. Try if you like something different this time. Even Indian food, I love it. For example, like it's really one of my favorite kinds of food. And I feel like
The
in
problem that I
Rome,
have with Indian food, or for example Mexican food, that they
spicy.
put too much spices.
I know.
And even when you say to them like, "Hey, like I like your food, but I don't want it spicy," they say,
They
"Yeah,
would
sure,
say, no,
sure."
no, don't worry.
And then it's like, "Okay, this is a little bit spicy."
Yeah. I know.
No, it's not spicy. They say, it's like, "Oh shit, I'm
No,
sweating
you also sweat when man. I have a
like
weird.
crazy."
I have a weird reaction with spicy food. I
Me
start
too.
sweating
That's
like
why I don't
crazy.
like it.
And I never met someone that sweats a lot like me when I eat a lot of spicy food. But literally, like my hair wet, like really. And
Yeah.
I had it like a couple of times, like with friends, and they were like laughing because I was like, "What the hell is going on?"
Exactly. That's why I don't eat
Exactly.
spicy food, because I have acid reflux. That is like a
Mm,
problem that obviously if you eat something spicy, it gets worse, the acid
yeah,
reflux.
yeah,
And then also, yeah, I feel like sweating. I feel like more hot. I feel like tired.
yeah.
So it's just not for me.
It's not. Yeah.
Otherwise, I would eat it. I like it, but
No.
it's
I,
not for
I
me.
I can eat it. I like it. But yeah, I have this reaction, especially in the last years. I never had it. Now it for some reason I started some years ago, and when I eat a lot of spicy food, I start sweating like crazy. It's not even like in my mouth. Like I don't feel that it's too spicy in my mouth. I mean, if it's like very spicy, yes, but it's just a weird reaction. So I don't know. But in general, I like Indian food, Mexican as well. It's one of my favorites as well. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it would be important, because we have 10 minutes more
Mm-hmm.
to talk about music.
Okay.
So we can give a lead to maybe a second video.
Of
If
course.
you want to do it, we will see. But let's talk about, for example, how did you got into music? What was like the thing that lead you, that say, okay, I want to. I know that you're not a famous musician or anything. Like you just
You don't know me? Really? No.
you're just like you like music, you like
Yeah.
to record, you play drums, but you would like, I guess, like every person who do music, you would like to be maybe somebody not famous, because saying famous is too much, but somebody who lives out of music.
Recognizable, like a
Yeah,
bit, like, in the business, let's
yeah,
say.
somebody who just works out of doing music. That would be fantastic, I guess.
It would be fantastic. I think so. I think it's a bit too late for that now. But no,
It's
well,
never late.
it's not late. You're right.
I started my podcast with 45.
True. True.
Yeah.
No, I don't think it's too late. It's just that, um, yeah, that's a really long thing, I think. But like, uh, I think famous, or like the concept of famous is like very arbitrary. Like you, even if you're a good musician, you don't. It's not sure that you would get that could survive out of this. Like there are very super skilled, like kind of famous musicians that are not famous enough to be. I'm not saying even rich, but like just to live a comfortable life that you would expect from a famous musician. So, but I'm not aiming at that, to be honest. Like, what I'm saying, it's just like having it as a job. It's not easy, I think. And to have it as a job, I would need to kind of quit my job, which is completely separated from that, and I will not
Mhm.
do it. So
Yeah.
it's something that I like doing it as a hobby. I like playing. I like listening to music as well. I like rock music mostly, but I like music in general. Um, and
Do you usually listen like to rock music? What other things like pop?
Yeah, I would say pop rock. I mostly like old music. I don't want to sound like a
Like classic
boomer.
rock?
Like yeah, not necessarily classic, but like I found myself liking mostly old music, but also because I wanted, when I was younger, I kind of wanted to have a decent knowledge about the history of rock, of pop, of music in general. So I kind of
Mm.
started listening to like old albums in succession, and then I never got to the end. So that's why I know old music better, to be honest. Um, but yeah, as like starting, so basically I felt that I liked listening to music and knowing music. And when I was like, I think 14 or 15, for some reason, I decided to start playing the drums. And I don't remember why. I don't know why I picked the drums. It's probably an instrument that I liked for some
You
reason.
know, they say like drummers are the most crazy in the band.
And that was crazy.
Have you heard that before? Or?
I didn't hear it. But for what reason? Like just
because it's like they kind of like express their feelings hitting like
they hit the things, they're a
and they
bit
take
out of their
everything out.
minds.
Yeah. And you know, you have always the drummer who, like, you know, the bands is generally the most crazy one, the ones who like to break things and gets in
Yeah.
trouble. I don't know. It's just like a stereotype.
It's a
you know?
stereotype. Yeah. I don't know if I'm that crazy, like the rock star, but
Yeah, no, you seem very chill.
I think I'm pretty chill. But
Yeah, I wouldn't say it like if I had look at you and I said based on his personality what he does in the band, I wouldn't say the drummer.
What would you say?
I would go more for like guitar,
Like boring stuff.
What is the other one? The one that looks like the bass
player.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I think I started because I realized that I like music. I like kind of discovering how music was made, like the instruments, like how musicians were composing music. And yeah, my parents weren't that happy because with the drums, it's like
Shit,
man. I lived like in a flat with neighbors and stuff, and eventually we bought the electronic one, like so the one that you can put your headphones on and you only listen.
That's perfect.
It's
Because
good.
the neighbors, I imagine that they hated you.
They hated me for a lot of things, but even when we were playing football downstairs with my friends, like at 8 and 10 years old, like they hated me. They probably still hate me, but it's fine.
You wanna say something to that? Cheers to
ciao belly.
Sorry for the
Sorry
noise.
for everything. Sorry for everything, guys. But I mean, it was needed to grow up. No, I mean, but jokes aside, yeah, I mean, I started and I it was the year where I quit playing football. I mean, like amateurly, of course. Like I was playing in a football school, like in my hometown. And I was like, no, I don't want to play anymore. I love playing football, but like training 3 times a week, no. I was already too old for that at 15, so you can imagine. And I decided, yeah, let's try. My father was kind of happy. He was surprised about my choice, but he was happy because he's also a musician. It's not a musician, but he plays the guitar, the piano. Like I've always grown up, I think, in a family where there was this, a bit of like an artistic vibe, a bit.
Nice.
I'm not that a great artist, I think, but I picked up the music tradition, and so yeah, from there I started going to a music school as well for like 4 or 5 years, I think, and then when I started university, I thought as well, I don't feel I'm putting the necessary effort to be in a school. So I was just okay. I can play with my friends, and at the time I had a band when I was like 20, 19, 18, with some other guys that I knew. So we were playing together. So I thought it felt like it was enough. I wanted to get better, but I never had like huge ambitions, to be honest. I was like, yeah, I like doing it for fun. I like getting better, but it's fine if I don't become like a famous rock star, to be honest. That was not in my plans. So yeah, I mean that's basically how I approach music and especially the drums for the first time. And again, I picked it up actually here in Amsterdam a bit more. I went to some jam sessions. They organize some events like where people can just go up on stage and play with like random people, and it was super fun when I did it. It's cool, yeah.
Yeah, do you get a little bit nervous when you go on stage and you have to play?
I do, but it really depends. For example, in those jam sessions, like sometimes where I went, it was kind of chill. Like you could just go up, play with random guys. Like you didn't even have to learn some songs. You just play with like follow the vibe, let's say. And I realized I could get 2 beers, like be slightly tipsy, and still go up there play. So I was like,
That's
okay,
good.
I can do it.
That's a good remedy.
That's exactly. So no, I mean, I was kind of good enough to do those things. Of course, if I have to play like hard songs, no, I have to be super focused. So I was not that nervous in those events. I
Mm.
think if I play live again, that's what we're trying to do with like the guys that we're playing now. I would be a bit nervous because I have to remember the songs. I cannot do
Mm.
mistake. I cannot make mistakes. I mean, I can, but it's better if I don't. Especially for the drums, if you make one mistake, generally it's hearable.
Oh,
At
okay.
least generally, it depends if the audience is careful.
Yeah,
Or,
because you as a drummer, you mark the rhythm.
yeah,
So if you mark the rhythm wrong,
yeah,
maybe you lead also to others to commit a mistake,
yeah. That's
right?
the problem.
I'm not an expert in music, by the
No,
way,
that's
but
that's a thing. Yeah, yeah,
I listen to these conversations and I think they are interesting.
yeah. No, it's so one good thing about this is that some people, of course, they can recognize a wrong note if they know the song, but generally maybe they cannot recognize a wrong, like a cymbal or like a drum, one part of the drums. If I get it wrong, but for sure they can recognize if you are out of tempo or if you stop. Stopping is like the worst thing.
Mm.
So yeah, I would be a bit nervous for sure if when I will play live for the first time again, like a 1 hour set list, which is a lot for me. Like I had to learn
Yeah.
like a lot of songs. Like, and we have a kind of track list now that we're practicing. But it was a bit tough. Like I had to go back to like the studying mode and to pick up some drums thing that I didn't do for a long time.
Mm.
So, but it's fun. It's a fun experience. It's really fun.
All right, and I want to close by asking you, where do you see you? Where do you see yourself in 5 years from here
Whoa.
when it comes to music?
Well, that's very specific because I don't know where I see myself in general in 5 years. So,
Hopefully not homeless.
well, that's that's the first thing.
With the crisis
Hopefully not
in
homeless.
this country with the houses.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Hopefully not
It sounds
homeless.
like a joke, but it's not even that
Yeah.
that ironic. So hopefully not homeless. In terms of music, so my goal, to be honest, it's I didn't have, to be completely honest, I didn't have big ambitions then. I don't have big ambitions now. I'm like, I feel it. It's like for me, it's a hobby and something that makes me feel pretty well when I do it. I can also just express myself, kind of, but also like just, hit something, where after you're stressed from work, finally. In 5 years, I hope I will still be playing like I'm doing now. So just keeping this habit as I'm having it now, because again, I left it for some years. Like I didn't play. I played very randomly, like maybe once in a while, but never with this like frequency. So I hope I will still be playing with friends, having fun, and I mean, as long as for what concerns like getting famous, well, that's another story. But it's fine. That's not my goal, to be honest. It's fine to maybe be part of like original songs, like come back to writing my drums part, which I'm not very good at, to be honest. But you can always get better and come up with your own part. So start playing again some new songs and not only covers. Like, but this is something like we could do now as well, like with the other guys, like just trying to come up with a song that is catchy, whatever. So yeah, that's my answer.
All right. That's, I think, enough for today's
Okay.
episode. We have a very good episode. We explore.
I hope so.
Yeah, we explore different aspects
True,
of being
true.
here in this country. We talk a little bit about love, a little bit about work, a little bit about music.
True.
So
it was a bit of
we
in
cover
different branches.
a little bit of everything. So it was very nice to have you.
For me as well, a very nice experience. Actually, it was my first time like in a
Yeah.
podcast setting, so
Yeah,
good one.
It was very nice, and hopefully, maybe if you want, I can have you again.
Definitely,
sometime.
definitely. No, it's a fun experience, to be honest. Also, time flew by, so
Yeah,
like it felt
does,
super fast.
It does really. It goes really fast. We recorded 1 hour.
Oh damn! Okay.
But how do you feel it was in time?
Less than 1 hour. I would say like half an hour or something. I don't know.
Yeah. goes
felt
flying.
like a normal conversation, like, just talking, and it really flew by, definitely.
Yeah, because like when you're enjoying having a nice conversation with somebody, especially if you know somebody,
Yeah.
and you're enjoying that, it goes faster. It always goes faster.
It went pretty fast, so
Yeah.
we made a good job, I think.
All right. So that's all for today's episode. I hope you guys enjoy it. Give you more of a glance of what it is to live here in the Netherlands. And this is all for me. I'll see you in a different episode of the Franky Vibe Podcast. Thank you for listening. Subscribe, of course, if you haven't, so you receive more videos. And that's it. See you on a different episode. Bye.
Bye bye.